The aim of this video is to provide you with a short explanation of how to go about saving for retirement. We aim to cut through the jargon so that you can easily understand what you need to do to start making your financial plans. Obviously, this video is unable to provide you with personal advice, but we hope that the examples and explanations used will help to guide you to make a decision that is appropriate to your needs. We can't cover everything in 5 minutes, but we hope you will gain an understanding of the types of decision you need to make and how much you will need to save for your retirement. You may be surprised by some of the sums mentioned, but we hope you will also be heartened by the possibilities available. Having watched this video, you can also view other videos in this series to learn more about planning for retirement. So, let's take a look at the question, how much money will I need once I retire? More precisely, how much money do you need to save while you're working to be able to live throughout your retirement when you are no longer earning money? The answer, of course, is it all depends. But let's try to put some numbers on it. Let's take a real-life example. Jim Evans is 40 years old. He's from the UK, and he currently earns €50,000. Now let's look at how much he needs to save for his retirement. Let's suppose that on retirement, Jim has paid off his mortgage. His children have left college. On the other hand, some costs will continue to rise, like utility bills and the cost of living. Looking at what Jim expects to be doing in retirement, he thinks he will need somewhere between half and 2/3 of his present salary. And that's pretty typical for many people. Looking at the numbers, 2/3 of 50,000 is 33,000. Now, when looking at how much Jim needs to put aside, he also needs to take into account his state pension. Although a lot of people are skeptical about how much pension they will get from the state, most people working today are building up a state pension. It may not be as generous as it used to be, and they may have to wait till they're older to get it. But it looks like there will be something. In Jim's case, let's assume he will get a state pension of about €5,000 a year. That's not unreasonable for Jim. So, with €5,000 from the state pension, Jim has to find the remaining €28,000. So, if you want to have a pension of somewhere around €28,000, how big a fund do you need? Here is Mark Green, pensions expert from Aegon Global Pensions, to explain.
The way I think of it is this. How long do I expect to need my pension for? Clearly, the answer is for as long as I live. But how long is that likely to be? Well, the good news is we're all living longer. Average life expectancy is already about 76 for women and 74 for men, depending on where you live. And people who have a better standard of living tend to live longer. So, by the time you reach retirement age, life expectancy could be age 80 or 85. It really is improving very rapidly. So here's where I have a rule of thumb. I simply multiply the amount of pension I want to get by the number of years I expect to live. Or, if I want the pension to carry on being paid to my partner after my death, until she might be expected to die. And remember, women tend to live longer than men. So, if, like Jim, I decide I need to save for a €28,000 pension, and I expect to live till I'm about 85, or rather, I expect my partner will live until I would have been aged 85, if I retire at age 65, that's 20 years of retirement. So I need €28,000 times 20 years, which is €560,000. Yes, you heard me right. If Jim wants to retire and maintain the standard of living he hopes for, then he needs to build up a fund of over €500,000.
Jim needs to save up to €560,000 to pay for his pension, perhaps more if you factor in the effects of inflation. That sounds impossible, doesn't it? Fortunately, it's not quite as hard as it sounds. It takes regular saving and the benefit of the effects of compound interest on your savings over the years, and especially the help of your employer's contributions to your pension. It can be done. To find out how to build a decent-sized pension fund and for other guidance about your pensions, why not click on one of the other links to the Teach Yourself videos in this series. We hope you found this video helpful. We'd really like to hear from you with your comments. To let us know what you think, please email us at feedback@aegonglobalpensions.com. And do please say which video you've watched when you contact us so that we can put your comments in context. Thank you.